Oh my god. Sorry. Christ above. I just put like a couple of chewing gums in my mouth and the the spearmint like went straight to my soul. Jesus. Oh, hello. Jesus Christ. How are we doing, chat? Welcome back to some Cold Waters. Currently part 2 of our South China Sea campaign. We actually didn't sink in a single mission, which is quite nice as missions go. Hopefully everybody's keeping nice and well for the most part. Not doing too bad on Planet Joe. A little bit tired if I'm honest. We had a wander down to the shops today. Just a food shop, nothing too extravagant. Sent a parcel off to Mr. Soviet, sent a parcel off to Bew as well. Jane's done a couple of cross stitches, which is nice. Yeah, we went and did some food shopping. Got some pizza in. I've got some red onion because I can whip up a chili con carne. Maybe a I don't know, maybe a sort of a tomato pasta type of thing, which is nice. Since Wobble can't make it to the birthday party, he's decided he's going to send a present via the wish list. Oh, that's very kind of him. Poggers, you went to a shop for food? I know, right? Big crazy. Thank you very much there to Templar Eros there for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. I arrived to watch a Canadian do violence other than hockey. I know. Terrible. Not Canadian, though. It's a big lie. It's all a ruse. From the UK. It's terrible business. Thank you also, going back in time a little bit, to Mr. Only Oblivion for the 9 months there. Congratulations on the Black Bear. And Click Clack Beng. Lovely. For the 16 months. Looks like Wales. Back on the menu, boys. Very nice. Good stuff. Yeah, so welcome everyone. Couldn't cook today since there's clothes drying in the room, so I had some good pizza. Fantastic. Our local Aldi does like a really nice sourdough sort of fresh pizza. It's not like a freezer pizza. You've got to like leave it in the fridge, and it only lasts like maybe a week. But it's like a really nice fresh sourdough pizza, which is nice. See you later, Sanhel. Have a lovely evening, my friend, if that is indeed where you hail from. Yes, that's the one. Also, kill some whales. I will if they appear. I don't have a oven to bake pizza though. Oh, do you not? Are you like Jane in a studio flat without an oven? Because Jane back in her studio flat only had like a combi microwave, which it was about as much use as trying to cook a pizza with a candle, with a tea light, just holding it over and trying to sear it like that. It's pretty useless. A fellow ovenless pleb. You got more in common with Screwed than you realise, Jane. Goodness gracious me. Right, I'm going to go and refill my water bottle, or is my lovely assistant gonna do it for me? I don't know about that. Studio flat, but I do have 2 hobs, an air fryer and a rice cooker. Yeah, that's most of what you need then. Not too bad. Fucking fire. There we go. Q, I won my first ever FTL game after 23 hours. I was so proud. What difficulty? What difficulty was it, Nosebag? And what ship? Tell me these details. I may have nicked my flak strategy. It is a very flacking good strategy, to be sure. Normal Kestrel A. Beautiful stuff. I've been hit on the head with my water bottle for good measure. Right then, so we're going to jump back into the South China Sea campaign. Currently halfway between a rock and a hard place. So I just paused the music there because I was trying to intercept a ship heading towards a sort of the Chinese mainland, or sort of down by Tai. What? Oh, big burp. Sorry, we've just eaten dinner. We had like a chicken balti, just like a jarred sauce, but it was quite nice, and a naan bread. Oh. But yeah, it was. We're trying to intercept a bit of shipping at the moment, merchant shipping that's carrying arms and armaments to the Chinese mainland. But unfortunately, we got intercepted by 4 separate maritime patrol aircrafts. Which was interesting. I think Jane is here to say thank you to Sour Conin. I think because she's just big pointed at the little thing on the on the donation.
What?
Yeah, Sour Conin, for the people that weren't there in the afternoon, he donated £123.45, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in the just at the end of stream. Let's see.
Ah!
No, you can't scream. I thought you were going to say something nice and loving and caring and emotional. You screamed at Screw. Terrible business. A Peshwari naan? No, it was just a normal naan. Anyway, let's jump on into the game here. See if we've got a game capture window for you. I don't think I ever got... Oh, no, I did get that far. I actually made a hotkey for that. Shock and horror. No burp, 0 out of 10. Don't worry, there might be one in the future. Good stuff. Right then, so let's take a look here. So campaign in the South China Sea we are going to load, and we have a Cyan Colours South China Sea 2000 NATO Colours save. Rolls right off the tongue. So it does thank you very much to Brainbug 101 there for 19 months. Very, very kind. Good to have you in. I apologise for your ears. Imagine if that comma had a typo and it was 1000. I don't know, man. It'd be nice. It'd be nice, Ash, but yeah, what can you do? Right. So let's load up our campaign here, and then we're going to probably need to pause it immediately just so I can check what we're doing here. So we are currently down here just on the northwest side of Scarborough Shoal. We were down by the Paracel Islands trying to intercept a ship coming into Yulin here. There's a merchant ship coming into Yulin. Unfortunately, while we were down by the Paracel Isles, a shitload, an absolute army of anti-submarine warfare submarines hiding out in the Taiwan Straits managed to detect us via relay as a maritime patrol aircraft flew overhead. They steamed it southwest and intercepted me just here on the sort of southeast side of this shelf here by the Paracel Isles. So I've been, as of the last 3-4 missions, been just battering my way through enemy MPA. And I'm sure, as you can see here, we've pretty much been detected by this guy as well. But I think I've eliminated the immediate threat, like genuinely. It's been pretty silly. So I'm glad that it's behind us. I'm glad we've got it all sorted. Let's continue the campaign. So yeah, apparently, over here by Yulin, there is... I think that could be our target, actually. Let me see whether or not he's coming over towards Yulin. Not entirely sure. Yes, he is. We're intercepting. There we go. Pretty sure this is our target because he's travelling slow. He's not on intercept speed. Right then. So yes, we are in the USS Connecticut SSN 2222 in the vicinity of the South China Sea on the 8th of October 2000. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 096 designated Sierra 1. EXO reports that our depth is 50 feet heading 106. Our speed is 5 knots. Local conditions are overcast, light air, with a strong surface duct and a moderate thermal layer at 181 feet. What are your orders, sir? They're going to be all hands to battle stations, rig ship for silent running, and we're going to begin our target motion analysis
rig ship for ultra quiet
of the targets ahead. Now, we've got all loaded up. 4 Mark 48 ADCAT torpedoes, 2 of the same torpedoes but a special swim-out version that does not need to be fired out of the torpedo tube for stealthy launches, and a couple of MOSSs, which is nice. So 3 Sierra contacts right on the pipe, 4 Sierra contacts. Let's start servicing the first target. We're going to assume they're all warships as we're intercepting a surface fleet here, and we're just going to move through and see if we can get a hit as to identification of these vessels. Now, we could have some genuine civilian merchant shipping scattered in and around here. We've just got to make sure that we don't make too much of a pig's ear of identifying him, that's for sure. Almost there, but not quite. Not many of these are lining up, to be honest. We've got like a double line just there. That's quite a unique signature. It's not a Chilikin, but it's like very close to being. Let's go into like submarines just in case. I don't think it's a sub. Or we're just checking submersible contacts just in case it is something like that. I don't have anything that matches that narrowband frequency. Unless it's that? No, it's definitely... I mean, it's not a Chilikin. I'm going to tag it as a Chilikin, or we could even just raise the periscope. I think if I'm quick, I might just be able to raise the periscope and just visually identify. Remember that the target cargo ship, yeah, is flying a Chinese flag. Sea state is very poor. Upgraded to master. We've detected them on ESM, but I've got no visual. Let's check bearing 9-5. There is some ships out there.
Con sonar, Master 1 is classified as merchant.
There are some ships in the fog. And just see the silhouettes of those two. Downscope.
Downscope.
So let's have a look then. So we've got a large container ship and a merchant. Let's have a look here. Overseas containers. I think that's one of our targets. And that's one of our targets. So I think this is our target, isn't it? This is the one that's inbound from Russia. Not sure why it's flying a hammer and sickle in the 2000s, but what can you do? Agarob, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub there. Let's begin this part of our engagement if we can. Let's see if we can start identifying some other contacts while we're up shallow here. So let's take a look at Master or Sierra 3. Let's go for warships and see if we can get anything to line up here. That didn't look too bad. No, not quite. There we go. We've got a humpback whale,
Con sonar,
which is
Sierra
nice.
3 is classified as biologic.
Sierra 4 is biologic. Interesting. So this looks like civilian shipping. This one looks like military shipping. This is definitely military, so we're going to take care of this one, and then we'll go from there. Right. Assuming that there is nobody else nearby, we're just going to send in a weapon. So, Sierra 3 is likely a submersible submarine. You reckon? We'll go back and we'll give it the due attention and care it's after there. No, I'm pretty confident in my conviction that's a humpback. The best way to tell is to go active. So I'm going to actually use active sonar and see if there is any reply. Ambient noise is 91. Let's give it a go. Active sonar.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Let's see if we get a reply.
Con sonar, Master 5 is classified as...
We got an oil rig. It's not often I see them. Nothing else to report. Rig ship for
Con sonar, switching to
passive search. Right. Let's send a weapon onto target then. We're going to go passive homing and we're going to try and maintain the wire. Firing point procedures. Bearing 088. Range to enable 14,100 yards. Ship ready. Tube ready. Shoot tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Weapon is away and has cleared the tube. Well, weapon 1 is cleared the tube and is running normally. The very low sea state is going to make this quite easy to detect stuff as we go here. Now again, we do have some civilian shipping moving in tandem with this guy. Although this again looks very civilian. This one is very sort of military looking. I think this one's definitely our target. Right. We got a torpedo going out. Can you check the mission parameters? Not in mission, unfortunately. There must be a threat further out, maybe. I could, if I wanted to be risky, raise the radar mast. There's no aircraft abroad,
Raise
so
the radar mast.
let's see if we can get anything on radar. There is nothing on radar. Literally nothing. Down radar.
Lower the radar mast.
Right. Yeah, same for me, Garand. Yeah, it's difficult, for sure. Yeah, so this is carrying military equipment from what I believe is the USSR at this point, or just the Russian Federation. Again, pretty outdated using such a large flag there, but using it's using the hammer and sickle, but what can you do? Check below the layer? I mean, I could do. Suppose it is a strong duct. Dive, take us down to 250 feet.
Make depth 250 feet, dive by.
Go. But, like, surely I would have heard a reply. Make visual contact. The sort of fog is a little bit too bad to be making visual contact, sadly. It's an enormous ship, isn't it? And imagine there's all of these, like, container stacks go below deck as well. Right down into the waterline. Gorgeous ship, though. It's economical, is it? Is one more Mark 48 even going to be enough to take that out? Probably not. I might finish it off with a harpoon. Let's see. Yeah, I might see if I've got a harpoon. Or to be honest, a Tomahawk anti-ship missile will probably be big enough. I don't think we're going to go for a ram, Red Arrow. We'll see, we'll see. These oil rigs are very cool. I wonder if we can get tangled up on that line. And I'm wondering if that goes all the way down. I can't really pan the camera all the way down there, sadly. It is gorgeous there. First time I've seen one. There we go. So we're now down at the 243 mark. We're going to fire away on active, see if we can get a reply.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
I doubt we're going to find purchase down here, but we'll see. You can't do quick saves, sadly, Naga. One ping Vasily, that's it. Okay. I must apologise if my commentary is a little bit off, but I am just a wee bit tired, unfortunately. So you'll have to forgive the lack of, like I say, the lack of commentary, the lack of narration. I beg forgiveness on that front.
Passing 200 feet.
What's going on here? I think I popped a wheelie. I think I did, didn't I? Okay. Let's go back down to... Yeah, I didn't get any reply, so it's literally just this ship that I'm meant to be engaging. Change the RTE point of the weapon to bearing 090. We'll just hold down here for the moment. As long as we hold at 200 feet, we can still launch a TLAN, which is nice. Okay. Just got to wait for this weapon to run to target then. See, look, the weapon's so much closer than us, and even it can, like, just barely see the ships through the fog. Mentioning FTL, have you ever heard of Everspace? I have not heard of Everspace. I'm just going to have a drink of water while we're getting in there. I'm going to have a really big drink, try and wake myself up. Whoa. Many, many cube hydrates. That's it. Lovely stuff. Tomato drink. Lovely. It's like 3D FTL. Lovely. I find it strange that a single military cargo ship would be accompanied by a civilian ship with no escorts. It's true. Although maybe they're trying to count on smuggling the weapons into China aboard a civilian charter vessel. But we have the intelligence to suggest that this ship is not obviously civilian charter. It is obviously military chartered. It is a gorgeous ship. But it is going to meet a very sticky end, unfortunately. It is also possible that the ASW has disappeared somewhere. I mean, it's entirely possible that the guys that were escorting this ship have broken off to try and deal with me, and I've sunk them already. Again, it's entirely possible. Very interesting, eh? Oh, big yawn, cube yawn. Oh, goodness me. Right. Let's see then. This weapon's been running for a long time. I'm actually going to fire it up.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
We'll let it run on Master 2 for the moment, and then we'll change it onto its correct target when it's a bit closer. Right. This merchant has a sonar head, does it? That's not a sonar head, I don't believe. That's just one of those big ship chins, for the lack of a better term. Sort of helps with them breaking through waves and stuff, as I understand it, and with buoyancy. A wave breaker, is it? Yeah, quite a lot of cargo ships have them. Right. Let's get over here, see if we can start tracking this guy instead. Yeah, I want to be on... I don't really want to be on this guy. I want to go round, I think. I think what I'll probably do is probably drive underneath this guy. Unless I can really break it. It's called a bulbous hull. Very interesting. Really wants to track this guy. It's absolutely desperate to track this other guy. See if we can get a good lock. No, he is hell-bent on sinking this other guy. Come on. Come on, you're practically behind him now. There you go. That's the one, sunshine. Well, let's see if a single torpedo is enough. Mark 48, ADCAP torpedo, coming in at 60 knots. Off on the starboard side. Is this PvP? No, this is a PvE, I guess you would call it. So that's what it is. There it is, closing at a hell of a speed. I believe the Yamato had it. Ah, very cool. These are just gargantuan vessels. Here we go, torpedo coming in on the side here. They'll have no idea, apart from the explosion.
Con, sonar, lost contact.
It was enough.
Master 1, last bearing.
God, those
0,
ADCAPs are
9,
terrifying.
6, contact breaking up.
Jesus Christ, blew the funnel right off. It gives you an appreciation for just how dangerous these fucking torpedoes are at this point in the war. Anyone gets hit by them, that is good game. Look at the size of this ship. And it's basically gone. Like, such a large vessel and it's just been annihilated. That is definitely a lost with all hands situation. You didn't even have time to put on a life jacket, let alone even find one. Is that an oil spill? Oh yes. So I'm just adjusting my glasses. That's an oil spill, alright. Pretty fucking big one. Not responsible. Right. I think in the interest of whatever it is, I think this guy's probably going to attempt a rescue of crew members. Crew members isn't necessarily an issue. Obviously sinking their war materials is, which is what we want. That was the warship. Very, very bad news. Right. When I worked in the shipyard, the dead weight of the ships was 40,000 tons, chemical carrier and juice tankers. By me. Lol, I wouldn't stop. Yeah, I probably wouldn't either, but, you know, if there's people in the water or whatever, because that, for all intents and purposes, would have been a civilian ship with probably a good number of military personnel on board to make sure no shenanigans went on. But yeah, otherwise, it might be worth trying to get them. They may end up slowing down, trying to take on survivors. Not too bad, Mr. Awesome. Does this game have under-hull torpedoes, ones that lift the ship and breaks it in half? I'm not sure it does, playing. I don't have any with me. Right. So, let's just declare that as mission complete. We have no contact and are ready to leave the area. Let's leave combat. 1 times merchant engaged and destroyed. That was the only hostile contact in the area. So we have done it. Brilliant stuff there. Congratulations on a job well done. Losing those supplies will hurt the enemy big time. New orders to be transmitted on this downlink. I guess they just didn't expect a torpedo to be creeping up on them quite that close. And a medal! Not bad at all. So, The Secretary of the Navy, Washington. The Secretary of the Navy expresses his heartfelt congratulations and takes great pleasure in awarding the Bronze Star Medal to Commander Thomas Chesterton, that's us, commanding officer of the USS Connecticut on SSN 22. Commander Thomas Chesterton is cited for extraordinary heroism in action against enemies of the United States of America on the 8th of October 2000. His unwavering resolve and self-sacrificing devotion to duty in the face of death are worthy of the highest emulation. Very nice. Not bad at all. Big explosion. Right, Chinese supplies sunk. A spokesman for US naval operations today revealed that an enemy resupply convoy had been successfully repelled by a naval blockade of Yulin, China. The fight was intense, with numerous vessels sunk. Clearly, they must be talking about a different fight. The success of recent US naval operations comes to have a significant and lasting impact on the ground war. Initial suggestions that the role of the Navy in this conflict would be limited at best have been proven wrong. Very, very nice. So, we've intercepted some supplies. Let's see what the next part is. So, satellite photos show that an enemy battle group armed to the teeth with cruise missiles is preparing to sail from Cam Ranh. Intelligence estimates that it will make a conservative patrol in the vicinity of the Spratly Islands. Locate this group and sink as many ships as possible. Previous recon indicates the force will contain at least 1 or 2 ships armed with anti-ship cruise missiles. Consider these your primary targets. An escort of surface and or attack submarines should be expected. Surface combatants and or attack submarines. So locate the strike group and sink any escorting warships or subs if possible. So we need to go to the Spratly Islands and cover it from there. So we aren't too far. So we could try and intercept them in and around this deep water here. So they're coming from there and they're trying to make a conservative patrol in and around the Spratly Islands. Let's see if we can find them, whether it's through maritime patrol aircraft or what. No view on anyone just yet. Oh, let's take a look here. South China Sea surrenders. Blimey. A sustained blockade by naval forces and decisive inland raids by naval infantry has forced the South China Sea to acquiesce, I can't say that word, to Chinese surrender terms. The Pentagon refused to comment on how this discouraging turn of events will affect ongoing operations in the region. In the ongoing acquiesce, sorry, of course it is, my bad. Acquiesce. The situation in the region is growing serious as the US Navy has failed to respond to several successful Chinese attacks. Maintain a strong presence. What, has that mission already gone by? You must be kidding me. Maintaining a strong presence is vital for US interests, and failure to do so may, in a short to medium time frame, result in defeat. Well, I've kind of completed all of my missions, right? There's submarines coming into the area. I don't know whether that's a maritime patrol. I can only hope that this is the battle group, but we'll see. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 230, designated Sierra 1. EXO reports our depth is 150 feet, heading 172. Speed is 10 knots. All hands to battle stations. Rig ship for silent running.
Cons.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Ultra quiet, I should say. So we've only got a couple of things loaded, but while we're in ultra quiet, we're just going to sit tight
Sonar, new
and see what we've got around.
2,
Likely,
2, designated Sierra 1.
this is a hostile ASW patrol, but we will
Sonar,
see.
new contact bearing 2, 3, 9, designated Sierra 2.
We've got a Jangwei frigate.
Sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
And a Krivak FFG, so definitely
Sierra 2
anti-submarine.
is classified as escort.
Very, very loud. We're not going to come above the surface and give ourselves away. We're going to stay nice and quiet. These guys really don't stand much of a chance of detecting me, so actually I can come out of silent running. And I'm going to leave one of my missiles in there. 3 torpedoes should be enough. And then, yeah, we're going to engage these guys. Currently quite late in the evening, as I understand it. Very, very nice. Well, I'm off to set up for stream, no worries. See you in a bit, sweetheart. Right. So, yeah, what we're going to do at the moment is we're just going to stay at our current depth and just see if we can acquire these targets. What's the current objective? Intercept a set of cruise missile ships destined for the Spratly Islands. At the moment, we believe to have been intercepted by a couple of anti-submarine ships, as I believe neither this nor the Jangwei. Yeah, well this guy, yeah, he's not got missiles. Hedgehog-style launcher, it's got deck guns and anti-missile guns. None of them are real troubles for us. Blue torps fire silently, yes they do. Have a drink of water, thank you very much, Mr. Carr.
Tube 1 ready.
Very good stuff. Right. Yes, swim out ad caps, exactly right. So let's see here. So what I don't want to do is come to the surface because an enemy radar system will be able to detect my periscope, so I want to stay relatively well hidden if I can. I might even want to go deep. What's the estimated range to the targets? It's about 14-15 kiloyards, so I think I have time. The old sneaky. These guys are moving that way. Helm, come left bearing 253.
Come right 2.
Right 2, even.
3. Helm I.
From this way is right. Did I just hear a sonar beep? Yes, the enemy is pinging away on active sonar, but they're not going to find us because of A, the fact that they're using very poor sonar suites, and B, the distance. Active sonar just doesn't have that kind of clout at that range. So we are, for all intensive purposes, invisible for the moment. The first thing that they will know about us detecting them is when they have 2 torpedoes coming in on them. Now, I'm not going to use the swim outs because there's no need, because of the fact that it's very unlikely that they'll detect a launch transient from this range, so we're just going to send it in from there. Isn't the patrol you're hunting supposed to have subs? It can do, not necessarily guaranteed. Do you ever attack land targets if the mission comes up, Wolf? But it is a very rare mission, for sure. But I do have some Tomahawk land attack missiles, which is
sonar
interesting.
Contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 2, 3, 1, contact faded.
What's the sea state? The sea state is pretty poor. It's not clear out. And a deadly mission, it's very true.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 2, 3, 0.
Right, in the knowledge that the ships that I'm going to be engaging are at least that far out, I'm going to start servicing weapons on them now, in the knowledge that they've got a long way to go. So, firing point procedures.
Con sonar new contact bearing 2, 0, 3.
That's going to be a sub, I think. There we go, a song. No, just barely out. Let's just see if we can find a better fit for that.
Con, helm, steady course.
There we go, there's a Ming. Ming SS, submersible submarine.
3 is classified as submerged submarine.
A very quiet 125 decibel submarine. Okay. This guy has a low frequency passive sonar, so we are going to use a swim out at least against him. So, let's engage this hostile submarine first, and then we'll go from there using a swim out. So, firing point procedures, bearing 205, range to enable 11,000 yards, ship ready, tube ready, shoot tube 5.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir.
Weapon 5 has cleared the tube and is running normally. Okay, so we've got a passively homing weapon moving in on the Ming here. My plan, as such as it is to use this quiet weapon. Thank you very much to Chinny there for the party of 24. Good to have you in, sir. Am I using voice commands, Lukey? No, I am not. A Crimson Chin, good to see you, mate. Welcome, welcome. How are you this fine Monday? Monday evening. Not too bad. The Chins have arrived. I saw you playing Halo 3 earlier. Not good, to be honest. Oh no, Chinny, what's up? Just having a shit day, or...? Range on that Ming is probably off. Definitely. Oh, well, actually, we're pretty close to detecting it, to be honest. You can technically use voice attack to bind keys to voices. The only problem is with that, Hosen, right, is that there's actually too many variables. Because, like, if I, like... the game doesn't know necessarily, because I would have to create like as many like fucking Like, basically, if I was to change the zoom on the map at all, then it would throw voice attack off, because, like, you wouldn't be able to tell it 045 by 24. Like, if you think about just how many variables, so if I say 045 and 24,100 yards, that's fine, but then I need a separate voice command for 045 24,000 yards, you know what I mean? Like, I'd need loads of them. Feeling more and more discouraged by streaming. Also, Halo 3 is a terrible game. Fair enough, I've never played Halo 3. I'm sure there's many purists that would disagree with your statement. What's discouraged by streaming mean, Chinny? What's your qualms there? Maybe I, with my 4 or 5 years of wisdom and general cluelessness, might be able to lend some inspiration. No, I couldn't even come up with a sentence then. Yeah, stuff like that would work, Hosen, but I'm very much of the opinion that you'd want to get everything working or nothing. Hashtag pro streamer. Yeah, something like that. Something like that indeed. We're actually very close to detecting this Ming here. And this Krivak. Just going downhill basically, and nothing I seem to do makes me grow. Right. So it's like a problem with growth, is it? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a vice that I've been in before. One of the things that's important to do, and it's something that I'm learning more and more, hence the League stream that I did last week, is to stream for me. There's nothing more than that, to be fair, right? Is one of the things that you need to do is just stream games that you want to play, stream games that you want to do, and if you don't want to stream, take a little bit of a break. Like, people will understand. Like, if you just want to chill out and do your own thing for a little while, you go for it. Actually, I'm going to be mad not to enable this weapon.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Did he just dump a torpedo? I think he did. He just did something. I don't know what he did. I'm not sure what he just fired. He hasn't launched a weapon.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 201.
Interesting. Hello, Boss G, and hello to Mace Attack there. And thank you very much to Belef for the 23 months. Very, very kind of you, sir.
Con, fire control.
So it was a
weapon
Luhu.
countermeasure homing.
Is a Luhu a target that I can... Is this my... That is a guided missile.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
EDG. I think this is probably still an ASW thing, but we'll see. Here we go. Kill on this guy.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 195.
Not quite fast enough on the draw there. Right, let's get some more weapons out. Reload Tube 5 with a swim out ad cap. Yeah, I do stream what I enjoy mostly. It's kind of a weird one, and it's a bit of a vice that you can get yourself into, because everybody streams to grow, but... Oh, sorry, everybody wants to grow whilst they're streaming, but it's important that that isn't the main topic. It's what I would say to anybody. Don't stream to make money. Don't stream to grow. Stream because you enjoy it. Because if you don't stream, if you don't enjoy it, then you don't enjoy doing it, and that becomes a bit of a... I don't stream whatever's hot, really. Oh, me neither, Chinny. Me neither, bro. Here I am, Cold Waters, 4-year-old game. That could be longer. It's not 4 years old, is it? It could well be 4 years old. It's ancient. But it's important that you have the right reasons for streaming, otherwise the motivation will sort of really burn up. It's true. I got there, mate. I had... Back when I first started streaming, I was in a similar boat, right? And I wasn't growing anywhere. I barely was making any money on the platform. And I don't know, I did lose a certain amount of motivation because I went in there with the view of trying to make money. That was the difference between the first start of my stream, when I first started doing it in the Monstrum days, as I call them, and then now, where I just stream because I quite enjoy chilling out with people on the internet. Release date was 2017, blimey. I do enjoy it. I don't enjoy it anymore, though, because I like the growth. I love meeting new people. That's it. I don't give a shit about the money. Now, that is a good attitude to have. Not giving a shit about the cash is the important thing, because a lot of people do place a huge amount... I should probably fire some weapons. A huge amount of clout upon obviously the revenue side of it. A lot of people think that, oh my god, Joe gets 100 viewers a night, he must be making millions of pounds. It's not true. Yeah, it's sure, it's a little bit of revenue, and obviously the donations and the sub trains help, but to be honest, a lot of that, pretty much all of it, isn't going into my pocket. It's going into the uni fund, and I'm using it as a substitute. Like there's no Lamborghini parked on my drive, shall we say. View the money as a bonus. Exactly, view the money as a bonus. So the growth is always a tricky one, because you have to balance like networking and stuff, and I will not even allude to the fact that I've been extremely fortunate. Like, ZF as a network has been just irreparably like important. Laughs in Digi. It's true. Like, when I say grow, I mean mostly the community-wise, right? So you feel like your community's become stagnant rather than, say, just viewer numbers. Is that what you're getting to? So like, you've got a lot of lurkers, people that maybe jump in for 1 or 2 streams, or maybe as a result of a host, but then don't come back. We'd call that viewer retention, and that is always a different thing, or a difficult thing. I get loads of lurkers too, Chinny. I mean, Jesus, we've got 399 people in chat here, but I see you there, hiding on the second screen, working. Got my eyes on you. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, all the resident lurkers in chat. Lies, that's the one. Big lurkers coming in. Lurker reporting in. But there's nothing wrong with people being lurkers, though. It's because a lot of people don't necessarily have the time in the day to be really active in chat. A lot of people just, like, part of the joy of at least having a radio voice, if you like, is that people treat me as a radio live show or something like that. They put me on the second monitor while they're working, which is perfectly fine. In fact, I actively encourage that, because that's a great way to enjoy this content. It's part of the reason why I do such narrative heavy stuff, is because if I was just playing Call of Duty, all you'd hear is me sitting here quietly with the occasional and then, you know, just the sound of machine gun fire while I'm playing the latest, you know, Modern Warfare or whatever. But with single-player, narrative-driven stuff, I can basically play this as almost like an audiobook, where even if you aren't watching, the narration that I'm giving kind of gives people an idea of what's going on. And then once they hear stuff coming, you know, getting intense, and they can hear the pings and the stuff, and then they can tab in and actually see the action bit, which is nice. Let me correct you. People listen to your ASMR streams. I don't do ASMR. That's the thing, though. I'm here on Twitch to help people to interact, hence why I'm starting to dislike the habitual lurkers. I think there has to be an appreciation where I would say my... Because I definitely consider the same thing as you, Chinny, or I used to. Like, where it's, you know, people... It'd be great if people could, you know, hang out and chat and stuff. There's lots of really cool and interesting people just hiding, you know, in the background. And it'd be great to get to know them all. But I also... There has to be an appreciation for the fact that people are just doing their own thing. People necessarily aren't there to just get in and get involved and interact and stuff. Some people are just there to just have it on in the background whilst they work. And people can, you know, people are welcome to enjoy your content in whatever medium they, you know, require. You know, I've got... I really like watching a guy called... there's a guy called Bohrmeister on YouTube who does... I could be definitely saying that wrong, but he does fine art restoration. Yeah, I've never you know, left a comment on his video. I've never joined his communities, never followed his Instagram, never left him any feedback. But that doesn't mean I don't thoroughly enjoy his content. Baumgartner, that's the guy. Not Bohrmeister. I think that's a username from someone that I know. But yes, that's the guy. But like, just because I don't interact doesn't mean that I don't thoroughly enjoy the content. And I do really enjoy the content. And if you haven't seen Baumgartner already, and you just want to chill out and listen to a guy that knows a lot about art restoration talk about art restoration and do art restoration, then yes, I'd jump in.
6, 9.
Your schedule usually conflicts with my work schedule, so I usually have to watch your VODs. Yeah, and that's the way the world works, unfortunately. You can't cater to everyone, and that's just how it is. I just see Twitch as what it's meant to be, I guess. I suppose. Because again, I suppose there is an argument for the sake of of seeing.
Con,
A live stream is to
weapon
interact
acquired.
with lots of people and shit. Yeah, that's again. I would agree with you to a point. I'd agree with you to a point. Having chat there is a great way to interact live and as they go, but a lot of people don't necessarily have 2 hours to just dedicate and sit down and type away in chat. I know I don't. I'm very much a lurker when I watch other people's content.
Con sonar.
I tend not to get
Noisemaker
involved,
bearing 1,
and which is
6,
just a difference
7.
there. Yeah, big time lurker here. But people do consume their content in whichever way. I always get the silent lurkers. I have people, right? So it's quite funny because sometimes I'll have somebody who will follow, and it will be somebody who will subscribe, and it's literally their first time subscribing. And I've never seen their name before. And I'll think, oh look, it's a brand new viewer, and then in the subscription message it will say, long time lurker, 3+ years, and I'm like, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you say hello? Oh, that Romeo's got that weapon. Oh, very nice. Let's fire another one out then. Let's get another one on the Romeo. Snapshot 162.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
There it is. So that guy's now chasing the Jang Hu, which is great. Not even a hello. Yeah, that's just how it is sometimes, Chinny. Not everybody's looking to get involved at a community level. And that's fine. You know what I mean? That is okay. Not everybody has to. There can be a certain amount of casual and informalness when it comes to just enjoying the content on the platform. That is a big angry torpedo. I am going to defeat it by diving deep at a very slow speed. We're going to come down to 1,300 feet, which I can do. And the total water depth allows that. So yeah, let's take a very slow dive down to 1,300.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired. Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Lost the wire. Very frustrating, but not the end of the world. Let's activate this weapon just so it runs as fast as possible. Yeah, we do have a spread of weapons coming out, but I'm pretty sure this Jang Hu is up shit creek here. Yep, see you later, Lemberg. Have a good night, mate.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 2 knots.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure.
Did the Romeo
homing.
dump the torp on Did the Romeo dump the torp on the Jang? Yes, it did. Rather, it did its countermeasure homing stuff, and it picked up the other ship here as a direct result of that.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Lost this wire. I think this is probably going to be a dud then. If we've lost the wire there, that's probably going to be a dud. Let's see, this looks like it's going to land. No? It will find him eventually. I just started streaming again. Was that by accident? Well, fair enough. You could run with it, my friend. You could make it happen. You could go in for a part 2 electric boogaloo. We're coming down deep. By the way, I forgot to ask about the mod pack you had for the Skyrim last stream. So I know there's a command for it, but I don't know what it is. It's ! Skyrim mods, as one word, all lowercase. It takes you through to a Google Doc which has the names of the mods and what they do. What you do, wanking or something? No, we don't talk about the football team stream, Chinny. It's top secret, that one. God, that was the worst, man. That was the worst fucking thing. That was like my heart fucking sank. You could ask Jonah about that for a good laugh. It's the danger we run into on as live streamers. The football stream. Yeah, it's the so let's rewind the clock 2-3 years, you know. I'll admit, I'm a bloke. I'm a bloke. I was there. You know, and the stream deck, the start stream button, it's just right there. It's just right, it's very easy to, you know, just move it and maybe accidentally click it. And well, you know, it's maybe the audio was on, maybe that, you know, couple of minutes, black screen. Thankfully, there was no video. Fucking thank God for that. It was on like a game capture scene that was like blacked out. But yeah, maybe there was some noise. You weren't watching porn, wait? No, football. I was watching football. Football on YouTube is what I was watching. That's what I tell people. I was tugging the pud. Yeah, football. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that was the worst thing. An incredibly innocent mistake that can stab your Twitch channel in the heart immediately. I'm glad I did that when I was smaller. The problem was, right, that it was a 2-minute mistake. Literally a 2-minute mistake. But I had like 20,000 followers at the time. And long since gone were the days where it took an hour for anyone to show up. Like, it's like first world problems. I fucking clicked play and fucking big bang. I accidentally tapped the start stream thing, and because everybody's like, oh, got a Quebec stream, let's click the notification. Let's just say that the die-hard fans were both rewarded and scarred all in one delicious 2-minute audio package. Yeah, so I'm glad we fucking scrubbed that out of existence. I patrolled the Twitch clips for ages, making sure that didn't come out again. But it was an innocent mistake, and you know what? I look back on it and I laugh. And yes, it's obviously absolutely Monka TOS, and it's like, you know, it definitely shouldn't have happened, and I should be more careful. And I do take steps to, as a direct result of that, I actually take steps to make sure that stuff like that doesn't happen again. I've got PTSD, man. If there's ever nefarious videos on late in the evening, scandalous videos, I make sure that I just check, you know, have a quick look around my 3 screens, make sure there's no Streamlabs open anywhere. You know, it's you know, oh, fucking hell, mentally scarred for years I was, but I can look back at it and laugh now because it's all in the past. And oh god, yeah, I'm just glad it was smaller. You can't erase it from my scarred ears. I know, right? I know. It's big sad, but yeah, that's how it was. What goes on the internet? It's true. Half your viewers also have PTSD. Yeah, pretty much. But you know, it's an incredibly, you know, like, it was. You can look back at it and laugh. It was obviously absolutely a stupid mistake. But yeah, you can look back on it with some level of humour. Is the Romeo still up, or did you hit it? I believe it's still up. I'm going to assume that well, one of my weapons... Actually, I wonder if my... Let's check here. Yeah, there's 2 holes on this, so my torpedo probably missed. And I'm still being pinged on active sonar, so it looks like my other torpedo hit this guy. Still in therapy, I know, right? And it's a hilarious mistake. And it is, and there has to be an appreciation for the grey matter of the human condition. You know, stuff like that. It could very easily... It is a danger. It is... We should... If there was a risk assessment filled out for streamers, that would be there under a potential hazard. Yeah, so what can you do? What can you do? Thank God I was a slightly smaller channel when that happened. But I simultaneously wish I was... Well, I'd say that out of context, but wish I was smaller. That Romeo was a slippery bastard, he really is. The problem is that there's 103 decibels of ambient noise about, which means it's incredibly difficult to detect him. So I've got no idea where he is, to be honest. No idea at all. There's still vessels and weapons nearby, so I am going to have to try and engage him. I think I'm going to fire just a reactive shot and see how I go. Not what you can do but laugh, exactly. Right. So, bearing 140. Let's get a weapon out and see if we can at least try and find him. So, firing point procedures. Bearing 139. Range to enable 4,300 yards. Ship ready 2 ready. Shoot tube 3.
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir.
Okay, weapon 3 has cleared the tube and is running normally. We're going to get it to run on a straight path as best as we can. Now, what's happening is the enemy Romeo-class submarine is currently banging away on active sonar. Now, that actually works to my benefit. So, if I bring up the Romeo here. The Romeo here has is basically very much a ship out of water, but also in water. It has a high-frequency and medium-frequency sonar array, which... In even the best circumstances, it would be hard to detect a Seawolf with a high frequency and medium frequency array of active and passive class, but in this ambient noise state, 103 decibels, we are almost invisible. anyway, right? It's hard to detect anything on passive or active, well, especially passive sonar in this kind of sea state. It's rough, loud background noise that the ocean is generating at the moment due to the nature of the weather upstairs. So, I probably want to make sure this is set to search a little bit higher, but yes, basically, with this, right, he's banging away on the active because his medium frequency passive array has almost zero chance of detecting us in this kind of sea state, which means he has to use active sonar to literally have any chance of trying to detect us. The nice thing is that by using active sonar, he reveals his position to me. You will see on my ship here, periodically we get a big yellow line appear. That's a red line, that's our torpedo. Any second. Let me see if I can goad him into action by going... There it is. And that yellow line tells me roughly what bearing he's on. So as long as I get the torpedo chasing him down that bearing, I'm happy as Larry. I can just chase him to the target. The sonar head on the weapon will do the rest. So by using active sonar, he is revealing his position to me. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to speed up to 5 knots.
Make turns for 4 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Well, close enough. But yeah, to come full circle on the thing from earlier, yes, obviously, some people... it'd be great if everybody was really active in chat and you'd have a wall of text, to be honest. It would also come twofold, right? Because if there were 400 people talking simultaneously all the time, I wouldn't fucking... I can barely read chat as it is, and it barely moves. Cube Read exists as an emote for a reason. I can't keep up with it anyway. That's partly because my blind ass has to have a larger font so that I can actually read it, which reduces the amount of text I actually have. So that each letter is bigger, which means less fits in the chat window. No idea how Womble does it. I don't know either. Just become like SWAT and not read chat. I think SWAT learnt from me there. Have you considered glasses? I have glasses. I'm just terrible at reading. Womble doesn't read chat. Yeah, to be fair. Selective reading is the key. And that's how I do it. And then when you do selective reading, you get told off for not reading all messages. Oh, yes. Smallest font possible and binoculars, that's it. Also, at Lonely Cubette, does this highlight? Yes, it does. It highlights in a red bar for me. You can't read Q, maybe you need new glasses. I have a suggestion where you are going. Yeah. Yeah, I could just go to work. I've been out of work for ages, to be fair. Fucking 4 or 5 months coming up to. Speaking of glasses, have I got a tip for cleaning glasses? Yes. My tip for cleaning glasses would be firm with them.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
There we go, we've got his ticket punched. Yeah, be firm with them. Finger and thumb with a lens cloth. You can use a t-shirt if you want, but that's not an official endorsement. And, yeah, go to town. If you do have lens spray, one of the cardinal sins of lens spray is a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to hold it really close to the glasses because I don't want the glasses to, I don't want to waste any lens spray. I want to get it all on the lens. Wrong. What you want to do is actually hold it about 10 to 15 centimeters away. You don't want the lens to be sopping wet. You want it to mist. You want to mist on your lenses, because if you spray the lens spray up close and soak your lens, as you're cleaning it with a lens cloth, your lens cloth gets soaked. And as a result of that, you do get streaking on the glasses lens. If you want to get rid of the streaking while using lens spray, you hold the lens spray further back so it's just a fine mist, and that way the lens spray actually lifts the dirt off, but then is absorbed by the lens cloth, and it doesn't saturate the lens cloth, so there is no streaking. So yeah, just a light mist, both sides, inside and out, because both are susceptible to getting dirty, and then just wipe vigorously and firmly off with a lens cloth between your index finger and thumb.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
And that will do nicely.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure.
There you go, that's a free Specsaver's top tip from a man that works in a... yeah, a man that works with them.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Wipe vigorously and firmly, you say. That's the one.
Sonar.
Works for having a shit as well. Works, yes, at your most vulnerable. That's it. Are you allowed to share company secrets? I wouldn't call that a company secret. I'll give that one out for free.
Weapon acquired.
because it makes my life easier. Because the more people that know how to clean their glasses, the less work I have to do, and the easier day I have at work. So it's all a long con. Do you often hear should have gone to Specsavers? Oh yes, and as part of the great dogma that is customer service, whenever I hear that joke, I have to go, you comedy genius! Get him a microphone, get him and just inside I'm just mentally wrapping my mouth around the end of a shotgun.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
It's just the worst.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 1.
At most they get is a
9.
and an eye roll. I do appreciate that your company sponsors rugby refs. Yeah, that's it.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
They should probably sponsor football refs as well with some of the calls I've seen. They definitely need some glasses. Especially in the World Cup. Oh yeah, I know, right? Ramen, it's the worst. Another thing as well, right? Another thing as well. I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here, right? As a tried and tested customer service advisor, nobody who works in customer service is looking for a long and everlasting bond with a customer. It doesn't have to be a long lost friendship and camaraderie. It's just get in, do the thing that you're there to do, and get out. They're paid by the hour, so they don't really mind whether you stay or go. But they're not looking for eternal friendship. Just leave the man alone. Like nobody wants to hear about your holiday to Barbados. It's a sad truth, but it is the truth. They're there from 9 to 5. They're there to just do the job and fucking get out. You know what I mean? I'm there to fulfill my contractual obligation in the terms of why I was hired to the business. I'm not looking for a friend or a spouse or anything beyond that. I'm just looking to fulfill what satisfies the terms of my contract and go home on an evening. and that's it. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the time while you're there, but definitely some people think, if you even entertain the idea of fucking, asking, daring to probe further in a conversation, sometimes you can get your ear torn off. And the worst one, right? The worst one that I get is that, especially since the children. So, what it used to be is I work specifically on a desk called Collections in Specsavers. It's after your glasses are made, where you pick them up from. That's my department. And the worst thing, right, is that some people will start the 10,000 word life story whilst the shop is really rammed, and you're simultaneously stuck between the vice of, Jesus, that's a big queue, my department is drowning out there, I should really get in and help, and Mr. Smith's biplane holiday to the Alps, and he's telling you every detail. I unscrewed the fuel tank filler cap for the plane counterclockwise. It was an 8-threader. Oh, it was an 8-threader. It was a long unscrew. And you're just sitting there digging your fingernails into the palm of your hands trying to stay sane. I felt part of your soul party when you describe it there. Yeah, it's true. Biplane holiday actually sounds interesting. I suppose, yeah, oddly specific, suspiciously specific, it's true. You sounded just like James May, I know. Fine, I'll loaf you alone. Big bread jokes. Don't hold back, Q. Tell us how you really feel. War stories from Specsavers. Man, I maintain to this day that every person, no matter what it's, so like I say, some people, in Russia you got to do your 2 years national service. Plenty of places in the world you got to do your national service where you do basic training for the army in case they are called upon to defend the homeland, the home front. Ooh, big weapons. Where did that come from? Oh, there's a fecking helicopter. Are you for real?
Make turns.
How did he detect me?
5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Shoot 27. Aye, sir.
Come left 2. 0,
Decoy
5,
away.
1. Helm aye. Con sonar. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 0, 4, 2.
I need to try and get this guy to go after that fucking decoy. I think I fired that decoy a bit too late. I'm going to fire a knuckle.
Con, knuckle formed.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
He's not having any of this. I'm deep. I couldn't be any deeper. Where did that helicopter come from? For goodness sake. And there's another one coming. And there I was having a peaceful story about Specsavers and stuff. This had just become a just chatting stream. And all of a sudden this shit kicks off. Look at it! Look at it! He doesn't even care!
Passing 1,300 feet.
What are you doing? Leave me alone!
Sonar. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 019.
And I like how I deployed a decoy, but your fucking Japanese awful sub-fucking killers are so bad that literally my decoy outran your torpedo, and so you're no longer tracking it.
1,000 feet.
The water is very, very murky.
Passing
Holy
900
shit.
feet.
Gotta
Passing
turn in on this
800
guy.
feet.
The water's so murky, I've got no idea.
Passing 700 feet.
Torpedo sent from Specsavers Senior, yeah, sent from head office. Trade secrets.
Passing 500 feet.
Don't really have much more water to maneuver in. That one's passively homing.
Con sonar. We are cavitating.
Passing 300 feet. Passing 200.
Con sonar. No longer cavitating.
Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna make this. I'm going back emergency right now to see if I can stay
Con maneuvering.
above these weapons.
5 knots.
Oh god, that is not good.
Make turns for. Con sonar.
Decoy
We are
away.
cavitating. Make turns for 3, 5.
Fucking cavitate, let's go, let's go, let's go. Go, 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 go. This way.
277.
Lean in there. Lean. Big lean. Jesus. Sorry, I've got to focus here, otherwise this campaign is donezo.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
I know I've lost the wire. Let me just get away from this heinous shit. This this improved fucking decoy as well massively increases the range at which these things can like chase me, which is great. Where are you going, you silly?
Torpedo room.
Con, helm.
Why are you
Steady
going
course.
this way? Why did you come this way? What's this about?
Con, knuckle formed.
Okay, well I've got to sink the boat rapidly and urgently.
Con sonar. Switching to active search.
Passing 200 feet.
Dive, dive, dive. Turn left.
Passing 300 feet.
Full left rudder.
Passing 400 feet.
Down we go.
Con sonar. No longer cavitating.
No longer cavitating eye.
Passing 600 feet.
600 feet eye.
Passing 700 feet.
The deeper you are, the faster the torpedoes run out of fuel.
Passing 800 feet.
Good to know.
Passing 900 feet.
Test depth is 1600, so as long as we don't go below that, we're
Passing
fine.
1,000 feet. Passing 1,100 feet.
But water depth is
Passing
1900.
1,200 feet. Passing 1,300 feet.
Let the bubble off the boat.
Passing 1,400 feet.
Level out planes and depth steers.
Con maneuvering.
That was a
Making
crash
turns
dive and
for
a half.
3, 5 knots.
Passing 1,500 feet.
1500 feet. I reload decoy tube 8. Okay.
Come right to 165. Helm I.
Slow us down, please, to 5
Make
knots.
turns for.
Turn
5
screws for 2.
knots. Make turns for 2 knots. Maneuvering I.
Right.
Con helm. Steady course.
Slowing us down. Let's go back emergency.
Make turns for.
Just to slow us
0
down
knots.
properly.
Maneuvering I.
There we go. Turn the screws for 2 knots.
Make turns for 2
I'm just gonna
knots.
slowly
Maneuvering I.
just live under this torpedo. And just hope that that bastard helicopter doesn't come back and drop another one. I can't believe that. We're literally passively homing. Nothing else nearby. I don't know where the fuck that Romeo got to, but we destroyed, I think, the target. I didn't even get to check the Luhu. Weapons nearby still. So yeah, look. This decoy is just barely slower than this guy, which means this guy has to run for bloody ages in order to catch him, which is perfect for us. Really good decoys. Thank God we had 2 of them loaded, otherwise we would have been in trouble then. Sneaky fucking helicopter. Honest to God, the worst. Where was I before? Where was I in my Spectre Savers anecdote story? Hello, Quebec. Glad to see you playing this. My hankering for this has been amplified because I'm reading Neptune's Inferno, focused on the naval action around the Guadalcanal.
2 knots.
How did he get you in that sound? I don't know. I do not know. Right. Murphy's Law dictates that someone had to have been on the toilet. Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, biplane holiday. Yeah, it's just one of those. Like, fucking retail workers aren't like retail workers are just there out of a necessity of not starving to death and needing a roof over their head. Do you know what I mean? They're not looking for everlasting friendship. They don't even have everlasting friendship with their colleagues. You know what I mean? It's fucking having colleagues in retail is like, you know, sharing a prison sentence with. It's literally like fucking. It's like we're in this together. You know, best of luck out there, man. Only guilty man in Shawshank. You know, it's literally that's how it is. So, you know, like, fucking just, yeah, don't give them shit. When you walk into a shop, have an appreciation for behind the scenes. That's how I feel at Amazon. You know, it's literally. They summoned a helicopter, they did. The Karens of the world summoned a helicopter. That was the Karen copter. And instead of like the rotor sound, just is the ruffling of a receipt. It's just, I don't have a receipt to hand, but if I did, I would ruffle it vigorously and aggressively. Oh God, yeah, I've been out of work for so long. I've to be honest, I've forgotten a lot of the horror stories, which is great. I do not miss retail. That's what I was saying, man. Is that like every person, right? No matter what. So like Russia has like, you know, Russia, Singapore, they have, you know, their mandatory 2 years of national service in case the country is called to arms, kind of thing. I think that in the Western world, we should have it so that every single person does not even 2 years, 4 months. 4 months is all. 4 months of retail, just so they know what it's like. Just make them do 4 months in a shop. Doesn't matter what shop. And then the world would be a better place. The world would be a happier place because people would go, "Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. These poor people. Retail conscription, that's it." I did get one person arrested, which made me much happier. Germany had it until 8 years ago, that's it. So about all the shit earlier, let's bring it on back. I'm enjoying this. This has been a just chatting stream. I'll admit, Chinny, this has been a bit of a wild card. Jaina, can you hear Jaina burp? Sadly, or favourably, I cannot. I've always thought that same thing. Retail or customer support via the phone, yeah. Just get everybody doing some national... What's so bad about retail? I actually really like my job, right? I like tinkering with glasses. I like the challenge of, you know, eye care. It's quite engaging. It's quite complex. You know, it's thought-provoking. It's not a monotonous job like packing boxes in a warehouse, which is a fine job. It pays the bills. But it's a bit more mentally... It's a bit less mentally fatiguing in that the monotony isn't there. Every customer's different, every, you know, adjustment is different preferences, different likes, different challenges. So it's quite engaging as a job. The worst bit about my job, and indeed any retail job, and I'm sure we can all agree when we say this, is the public. Having a job that is customer facing, air quotes, is by far the worst part about it. And I think there's a camaraderie through every retail worker. It doesn't matter what line of work you're in, whether it's on, again, as Alex says, on the end of a telephone, or whether it's face-to-face. Customers. Customers are the worst part of any retail job. My stint in McDonald's was actually fine, but I very rarely actually interacted with customers. That's it. Retail, a fantastic job without the customers, basically. The job in itself is fine. The customers, however, that's it. Nurse student can confirm. Yeah. I hear McDonald's are decent employers. I think like they pay slightly more than the sort of like I hear like they kind of get more than average pay. In fact, to be honest, Jane can tell you, and I think it's true of any business in a franchisee, in a franchise package. But like it really depends on your director. It's telepathic training for people in retail. Every retail worker can communicate each other's pain after a while. It's true. It's just camaraderie, man. It's like we need like do you know like the Vietnam veterans cap, you know, that they gave to all the people that came home from Vietnam in America. We need one of them. Can we get one of them for retail workers? I work in IT support, which is internal facing, but users are still the worst. Oh yes. Why not go full big brain and teach the kids from the ground up to have a good mindset? I don't wholly believe in conscription is a positive thing, but instead of education is a very big factor of a person's morals later on in life. Very true. Good example of the mindset to do with, apathetic behaviour. I don't even know whether that's a thing that you could necessarily teach in school. I would say that is something that is very much taught at home. That isn't a school thing. When we say education, I think very much if your mum's a Karen, you shall be a Karen. In form of you think that is how you should talk to retail workers, because you don't necessarily get a sense of the not a school thing at all. Yeah, I wouldn't have said it was a school thing. I would have said it's very much something that is at home, and how people choose to raise their kids. But if say for example, if my dad was a Karen, if he was a cross-dresser, if he what's the Karen equivalent for a man? Is it a Kenneth? Well, I'm not sure. Karen and Kenneth, is it? I'm not sure. I have no idea. Is there actually a Carl? Is it a Kevin? Is it a Chad? Chad? I don't think it's a Chad. Is it a Kevin? A Keith? Just any name beginning with K. Keith, Kyle. It's Keith, I think. So a Karen and a Keith. Yeah. Kevin or Kyle, right? The Keith. We'll say Keith. So if my dad was a Keith, and then I became a Keith, I would also raise my son to be a Keith because I wouldn't know any other way. And I believe that is how the world works, because that is how I was raised. You're very influential from a young age, and I agree that ingraining a more apathetic mindset is definitely something that we should instill in children, because people would be a lot more chill, there'd be a lot less stress in the world. But it is down to parents and not teachers. Teachers have got enough to deal with. It takes a strong man to break the cycle. It does. It does. Neither my school nor my I'm banging the desk. I'm getting a telling off from Jana for that. Right, one thing that they should teach you at school, right? One thing that they should absolutely teach you at school, and I have no idea, not a clue why they don't teach you this shit at school. One thing that they should teach you at school, taxes, right? If there is one practical thing, I learned Pythagoras' theorem, I learned this, I learned that, you know, taxes. Taxes is something that they do not teach you at school at all. And it is such an important skill that you need to take into later life. And 99% of schools do not teach you how to do finance, how to do taxes, nothing. Absolutely nothing. How to cook a good diet. That's something that you can do if you go looking for it as part of a food technology course, whimsical. But I agree, it should be ingrained into the base curriculum. I shouldn't have to go looking for that. That is a good life skill. There's not enough life skills taught to students. It's just employment skills. Taxes and bureaucracy and politics. You know, politics. They should absolutely be a class, a study at school where you sit down. I don't know what I would call it. Current politics, you know, politics and internal affairs, we'd call it. I would call it, and I would teach it and just talk about things in the news, current, what each party is doing, what they stand for, the history of those parties. Talk about the political system in your country, so that people are more educated about tax and yeah, civics. Exactly right. Politics is learnt, but no, not taxes. Politics is barely taught in terms. I know exactly what the Labour Party was doing during the Second World War, but what they're doing today, if I can make a noise with my lips here, is the equivalent of so on. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, I've got it's just it's one of those ones. So definitely taxes, definitely politics and internal affairs. So yeah, it's like that is something that, but God, taxes, literally taxes. Why do they not teach that at school? It's almost like the government makes the curriculum for public schools, and they're kind of like, well, if you're like, well, they're playing the long game. If we don't teach them how to do their taxes, they'll fuck up their taxes and we can fine them in 10 years' time. Play the long game. Play the long game. We can hammer them for £3,000 for a missed tax code or something like that. I'm going to have a drink. I'm really putting the voice box to work. Twitch, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. A perfect example. I just don't understand why more life skills aren't taught to students. It's such an important thing. Most people don't even... A lot of students don't learn life skills until they actually go to university and are living on their own in student accommodation, at which point you're grabbed by the belt and by the scruff of your shirt and underarm thrown into adulthood with burning you just all over the place, shambolically rambling. Life skills are taught by life itself, but we've got the experience. People who are teaching are late 20s, 30s. You know, they've got the life experience. They did the tax returns. They did all of that fucking awful stuff. And they have the experience. They know it. It's just not on the curriculum. God, what a thing it would be. That was a fun lesson. Yeah, trooper. Did I go to uni? No, I am an uneducated swine. It is why I work in a shop. I have nothing wrong with working in a shop, and people who work in shops are absolutely can and often are educated. In fact, the sweet irony of it all is that fucking when you do come out of university, you don't necessarily walk straight into a job. And so a lot of people who are educated do end up in the retail sector, which is the real shenanigan of it all. 100 bits there, but you're my favourite uneducated swine, and not with 30k debt. Thank you very much, Nosebag. I went to uni, waste of time and money. It depends. Teacher here, 100% agree. I'm glad I got a genuine teacher here. Hello, sir, Captain. Salute. A teacher in what, Django? If you wouldn't mind me prying. Uni's a waste. It depends. It depends. You know, some people do very well off the back of university. Very costly here in the UK. I don't know who I was talking to, but I'm going to say one of the Scandinavian countries. University's very cheap there, and in Scotland it's free. Nothing better than to be a Scottish national. You get free university up there. God, something I'd love to have in school was mental health and disabilities. Oh my God, it's disappear. I'm sorry, man, but I agree. It just shot off the top of the page there. Sorry. I got halfway through reading that. Germany uni is free as well. Yeah, it's the real keck of it all. No public uni. I think there is like a community university type thing. The Open University is it called? But I don't know whether that's free. I honestly don't know enough about it because I've never been. Unfortunately, my college life, right? So again, when I say college for us is what some people would call high school. And I know this is turning into an Ask Me Anything, and we're just sitting here slowly trundling through the water at 2 knots, and we will get back to the game eventually, but this is a life stuff stream. My college years, the blunder years as I call them, I actually quite liked ICT at GCSE level, at middle school level, which is pointless, you know what I mean? The funniest thing about school, or one of the funny tropes about it, is that like every school you go to, there's obviously big exams at the end, and they tell you, oh, if you don't do well in these exams, you will screw your life up forever. Bollocks. The world isn't going to stop turning just because you didn't pass calculus, you know what I mean, or whatever. It's just the biggest nonsense. Like I remember back in year 6, I was told my SATs were like the most important. They'll get you into a good secondary school, and if you don't get into a good secondary school, oh, you may as well live out of a cardboard box now. I'll go and get one. I got a new telly on the weekend. You can live in there for the rest of your life. You know, like that's how teachers treated SATs in year 6. And then you get to the end of year 6, and then it's secondary school, and secondary school is like, oh, your GCSEs are fine. Your GCSEs are quite important. We won't discount that, but it's then like, but the GCSEs, so SATs unlock GCSEs unlock A levels, and then your A levels unlock your degree, and the degree is the one that matters. The rest of them are just like, pfft. Can we at least agree not to bring nationalism into the discussion? Oh, only if the US did this, I say. If the Brits didn't do this, yeah, not nationalism, yeah. GCSEs are a thing that allow you to get shit, yeah. On their own, they mean absolutely fuck all, exactly. You get paid. Higher education in Denmark? Jesus Christ. Lessons, critical thinking is very good general life business. Lessons, yeah, that's true. Quebec seems to have forgotten that he's meant to be sinking Chinese ships. I have, unfortunately. I've been riled up about talking about retail. No, honestly, I do really enjoy my job, but sometimes, yeah, just working with the public is just like oh, God. It just, oh, Jesus. It heavily depends on your aim in the future, and I don't mean it as an insult, but parents and... I don't mean it as an insult, but parent and insults all think that their kids go to the top of the top. While life doesn't work that way, it's only important for the kids who want to and will go on to be the leaders of the world, while it's not that important for others. I think I'm probably too tired to understand the metaphor behind that. It sounded wise, but you're talking to the equivalent of Plank from Ed, Ed and Eddie here. My eyes are drawn on. So yeah, anyway, let's keep going. Not insults, yeah. Anyway, so as someone who actually lives in Quebec, I'm a bit confused when I randomly stumble into your stream and hear a British accent. I assume the name is from the NATO alphabet. Yes, Mega, exactly right. Let's leave combat. Oh, we accidentally sunk the Romeo. Brilliant, okay, whoops. I wonder if that was our target. Yes, it was. Excellent job, Commander. Your neutralization of this high-priority target will severely reduce the enemy's ability to hinder Trans-Pacific convoys. Commander-in-Chief of the Pacific Fleet sends with regards to you and your crew and stand by for further orders. Only Quebecians will get his name. It's true. It's true. There it is. So not bad at all. I guess we can even endeavour to do another one. Right then, so safe transit by convoys. Cargo ships from North America and Japan continue to ferry goods into the region with minimal losses. This has been attributed to effective cooperation amongst allied naval forces. The convoy system worked in World War I and II and is still working today, a spokesman for the Pentagon has said. Meanwhile, in the region, food and material shortages have failed to materialise in unoccupied territories. Authorities urge citizens not to make runs on the banks, but instead show restraint so that the financial system can remain functional despite the ongoing conflict. Yep, see you later, Chinny. Have a good night. Actually, the captain had just done a random 45-minute talk while in combat. It's very, very rarely that you actually get combat in this sort of Cold War state. So there's nothing to do but talk on a submarine, really, like, apart from the occasional exercise. Okay, so let's keep it going then. So USS Connecticut SSN-22 in the vicinity of the Spratly Islands, South China Sea, 10th of October, 0200 hours. Commander-in-Chief of the Pacific Fleet jumps on the pipe and tells us that there is an terrible indigestion coming through from all this talking. Oh, I digest. Need food. I need, like, what's the equivalent of an antacid? Acid. Fucking anyone? No, maybe not. Rennie's, perhaps. Time to purge myself. No, it's all good. No, that's it. Is he going to be? Oh, he survived. He survived the Russian roulette. Cup of tea. There is seppuku. He's committed Sudoku. Bread. I don't want to eat anything else. I think I had some, like, chewing gum, and that's just set my gastric harmonica root tooting at high speed. Yeah, anyway. That sounded like the Virgin Engineer now. Baking soda, just a spoonful of that. Oof. Whiskey? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Buttered toast, drink lots of water. I've got my water here. May I please join in communion with chat there for a cube hydrate? Big drink. Oh dear, big drinks. Right then. So then, yes, intelligence estimates indicate that enemy commandos will land from submarine in the vicinity of Taipei within the next week. You are ordered to intercept and eliminate them before they land. Locate and sink the enemy submarines transporting the Chinese commandos, and locate and sink any escorting submarines if possible. So we are running the fuck away. And we are what? Where is our target? Where the fuck is Taipei? I don't know where the fuck. There it is, up here, on the tip of Taiwan. Sorry, I completely lost it then. Okay, I don't want to get intercepted in the shallow water here. But this is kind of the only place I can wait for this submarine. Where is that? I don't even know. Oh, that's going to be our target. Intercepted in the shallows of the Taiwan Strait. USS Connecticut SSN-22 in the vicinity of the Taiwan Strait, 11th of October 2000. 2100 hours. Captain, we have a new sonar contact. Bearing 095, designated as Sierra 1. EXO reports our depth is at 50 feet. Heading 013, speed is 0 knots. Dead stop. Local conditions are overcast with a gentle breeze. What mods do you use? Coming from another Cold Waters player. I use 2 mods, nom nom. I use the more playable subs mod, classic. But I also use a really old mod buried on the depths of the subsim forums, which is called like the reduced visibility mod, which basically makes the water more murky, as you will see here.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
So it basically makes the sort of being able to see enemy ships from a mile away like a bit more difficult, makes the realism a bit higher as well. So yeah, reduced visibility mod it is. Just goes in your overrides folder. But yes, that adds quite a bit for immersion. It is very shallow water, yes it is. Okay, let me see if this is just a single target. Any whales engaged yet? No, actually, we did miss an opportunity to sink some whales. So yeah, let's open up the signature contact and start servicing what could be a submarine, although that is a very unusual signature. What are we dealing with here? This looks like potential biologic. Some sort of freighter, maybe? Doesn't really line up with anything. Doesn't really line up. And that's the closest. I'm going to just mark it as that. Because it's so close, it probably is a cargo ship. In fact, if I radar mast it. Yeah, small cargo ship. A variant of. So there is somewhere in this water a bad guy.
Master 1 is
Kyongsha.
classified as merchant.
Kyongsha. Like a ferry almost. Right. Let's see here. Somewhere in my vicinity there is a bad guy. Let's slow us down even more to 2 knots. Let's really try and press our ear into the water here.
Maneuvering eye.
See if we can get any response at all. Probably not. That's no ferry, that's a space carrier. That's no moon.
Con sonar new contact bearing
094. Sierra 2 is cavitating. So he's given away his position. Who are we dealing with? I think that's a Romeo, isn't it? Got a Romeo submarine.
Sonar,
right, let's send a swim out his way.
Submerged submarine.
We can go from there. In fact, actually, we're going to send a normal ADCAP.
2 knots.
No, we'll send a swim out. Firing point procedures. Bearing 085. Range to enable 3,200 yards. Ship ready. Tube ready. Shoot tube 5.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir.
Weapon 5 has cleared the tube and is running normally. Dive take us down to 100 feet.
Make depth 10.
Q, make a chi sound. It would be Cheongsha. Cheongshaw, even. Fair enough. God damn, I forgot how sexy Quebec's voice is. Thank you. Chat, do I have a sexy voice? Do I? It's the one I was born with. Gilliard sounds like the worst of both worlds, I guess, in its own right.
02. Last bearing 095. Contact faded.
Easily the worst. See, there we go, Flamin. Thank you. An honest review, finally. There we go, and Mr. VMC. Exactly. No homo. Makes my panties wet. It makes somebody's panties wet. I don't know about mine. Sexy as a snail. Now, we don't kink shame, but... What the fuck? Jesus. Full homo. Fair enough. Fair enough. Your voice is deceiving. You sound handsome. Yeah, tell me about it. Got the face like the weathered end of an anvil. Yeah. Hello there, Lady Felicity. Good to see you. Bring out the coconut again, I know, right? You were given a voice capable of making it rain, apparently. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? So somewhere out here, Romeo is looking for his Juliet. And it just so happens my torpedo is in the market for a new suitor. Makes him sound Geordie. It's actually a bit of Brummy that leaks through, as I'm sure we know. There we go. The voice of a 35-year-old, manners of a 20-year-old, and the face of a 12-year-old. It's true. Joe's got very big baby face going on. I cannot grow a beard. I'm like a hairless cat. I am. It's awful. Like, I can grow the most pathetic bum fluff face pubic hair neck beard. Time on target? Unknown, actually, because we don't have an accurate bearing or an accurate location of the Romeo, only that it's fucking there. No, literally nothing. Like, the only hair that I can grow on my face is a tiny bit on my chin, right, and fucking, like, the entire underside of my face, and then a little bit on my neck, and that is it. I cannot grow any front facial hair.
Con sonar, noisemaker.
Literally a hairless
0,
cat.
9, 5.
A voice, yeah, a voice made for silent movies, but and a face for radio.
Sonar,
That's it.
regained contact on
Big
0,
kappa.
2, bearing,
Are you
0, 9,
sorry? Are you
5.
submarining in a bathtub? And yes, your voice is sexy enough that I kind of want to hear you do a just voice ASMR. Quebec's beard transplant fund. Maybe that'll be the third fundraiser, and I will, like, I will tell you it costs £10,000, and then I will buy. Once I've reached the fundraiser target, I will buy a $2 Santa Claus beard from Amazon, and go and live in the Bahamas.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Better no hair than hair that only grows on the right side of your face. I just shave all of mine off. That's it. There was a stream from ages ago, WatchTech. But unfortunately, I did have to get rid of some of the not Star Citizenship. I know, right? No, definitely Star Citizenships. I actually had to get rid of a couple of the sushi VODs a couple of weeks ago, due to me playing "You're the Best Around." You know that song. Because of the whole Monka DMCA thing,
0,
which
9,
is
6.
big sad, but unfortunately that is what our Twitch overlords demand. So yes, I actually had to get through. Twitch wasn't the best, no. Football stream, yeah, definitely got rid of that one. The hairline for my beard is so uneven I shave it, yeah. So I'm like a hairless cat. I am. That's a sink.
Con sonar lost contact.
And then I'm
0,
guessing
2,
that's
last
it. There's
bearing,
weapons in the
0,
water
9,
apparently, so
6.
what we're
Contact
going to do
breaking
is what they call in the industry getting the fuck out of the way.
Make turns for.
Technical
Con
term,
sonar, we are cavitating.
but we are going to yeet. Big time. You can still find that sushi stream around on YouTube if you dig hard enough, it's true.
Yeah.
Mr. Sorry Canadian, 1 year down. Thank you very, very much. Can I get some cube love for Mr. Canadian? 1 year? Big hype, kicking in the door, Jesus. Whoa, God, fucking all caps as well, Jesus. I flew off my chair, went straight over backward. That's a story. Would chat like to hear the first time a game ever made me jump so bad I literally took off like a rocket over the back of my chair? How old are you if you can't grow a beard? I'm 22, Nash, 22. Yeah, fucking... So, the game in question was Fallout New Vegas, right? Now, Joe here being a blazing scrub. You are not 22. I'm 22. Well, I won't tell you my full date of birth. Because, then you're just my mother's maiden name away from stealing my bank account. But, 97. I think 97 I was born. Yeah, Mr. Q, you can't be 22. That would make me older than you. I'm afraid it's true. Anyway, Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas is the game. And, fuck off. It's true. It's true, I promise. Anyone for a national insurance number? No, so yeah, fucking, I was playing Fallout New Vegas, right, and I'd never played a Fallout game. I hadn't even played Skyrim. I'd never played a kind of single-player RPG before. It's just not something I'd ever gotten into. I was an Xbox 360 gamer before a PC gamer, and it's just not something I'd ever really played before. They were out on the console, but I played Modern Warfare 2 as an exclusive Xbox Live squeaker. That was my job, and so here I am in, I think, is it called Sunny Springs, Good Springs, the starting village, right? And I'm just doing the tutorial bit where you get given your first varmint rifle. Okay. So there's a quest after, you're faffing around, you're trying to find Easy Pete's dynamite and whatever. And I'm up in the graveyard, right? And here I am. Graveyard, right? And down in the valley, the really steep gorge just behind the graveyard, off towards, roughly in the direction of the Cazadors. Oh, the Cazadors. It's not the Cazadors that got me, though. So down, for people who know that, know that area, the giant rad scorpions, right? Now, these rad scorpions, right, bearing in mind, I've got the shitty varmint rifle that you get right at the start of the game. I can see them down there, and I'm like, I'm just gonna see how much damage this does. I'm literally going to see how much damage this does. So what I do is I get my varmint rifle and I pick out a rad scorpion in the distance. Just where I can barely even see it. It pretty much is completely obscured under my crosshair. It's so far away. And I go ping, and I see the little health bar appear at the top of my screen, indicating that the bullet indeed connected, but it didn't do anything. And he starts running towards me. Now, he's miles away, at the bottom of a gorge, right? And I'm like, there's no way he can get up here. It's like a vertical cliff. And I'm trying to see if he like de-aggroes so I can shoot him again. And then I see him halfway up the cliff. Right, he's coming. This boy is fast, right? And that's it. That's it. I'm taking off down the hill in full sprint. I'm running to Good Springs. Because at this point I've put like 5 or 6 rounds into him and he hasn't even lost a single bar of health. So I'm in full sprint, using all of my action points trying to get down the hill. And I get about a third of the way down the hill and I look behind me, right, while I'm running, and I see him crest over the horizon, like Sun Tzu stepping into it, like skylining on a hill with the sun at his back, like a Japanese Zero coming down from the sky, like he was there, and he was coming to, he was like a cruise missile, he was like a harpoon, cruise missile coming in, and I know that he's coming, right? Because at this point, I'm sort of most of the way down the hill now, but I can hear him behind me, right? And a rad scorpion kind of sounds like, those kind of the pitter-patter on the sand, which isn't a fapping sound, but that kind of chittery. And I turn around to see how far away he is, and the pincer, the scorpion's tail, just goes wham straight into my screen. I let off a yelp. Something akin to having what I can only assume is a 12-year-old's version of a heart attack. And boom! Straight off the dining room chair. Completely head over heels. Right onto my back. A yelp, a shriek, I don't know what noise came out of me. Just a sudden and violent, audible release of tension. And I flew backwards off my chair in just this mess. So my fucking mum comes running and like, what's wrong? me game. And she genuinely thought I'd hurt myself, like fucking electrocute. You stupid boy. You can always trust your mum to be very forgiving in moments like that. You scared the shit out of me. Yeah, so that was the only time a game has ever scared me off of my chair, which was nice. Speaking of submarines, did you play Subnautica? Never played Subnautica. Doggo keychain stitches are done, so I finished stream early. No worries, Jane. Good to have you back. We're waffling in a cube fashion. Games have age restrictions for a reason. Try telling that to every Call of Duty ever. Literally. At least it wasn't Cazadors. Cazadors were the worst. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I would say the very first computer game that I ever played was Destroyer Command, but the second game was Halo Combat Evolved. And to this day, I've never actually finished Halo Combat Evolved because the very first time I played it, Big Puss in Boots, that is me, couldn't actually get past the first part of the game where you got to go through the vents with the grunts because it was actually too scary. Terrifying. Again, games have age restrictions for a reason. The floods are literally, actually scary. Couldn't go in the fucking vents with the grunts, man. Shit me, fuck me up big time. The things I've seen. It was too much. I couldn't do it. That scary? Yeah. I was young, man. I was a wee nipper. Grunts scared you. Not even the flood. Literally the grunts. The flood shit me up. Yeah. The amount of kids in GTA 5. Kids today would be nothing. The flood scared the crap out of me. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't actually... So, Halo Combat Evolved was the first Halo I played, but I never played Halo 2, didn't play 3, didn't play ODST, only came back to the franchise in Reach. When a nipper, did you make your voice sound like you were 22? No. In fact, there's a video of me on the internet that I would really appreciate people not linking, that is consigned to the depths of hell. Of me playing Slender on an old YouTube channel, which is kind of a mix of prepubescent sort of audio book voice Joe and a squeaker kind of. It's just the mannerisms is there. The mannerism is there, but fucking God, it's kind of like, hello everybody. No, can't do it. No, don't do it. Don't PM it. It's top secret. God, it's just so bad. Yeah, I suppose, I don't know. I guess I was destined for my media career there. The only villain to ever scare in a video game was Sephiroth. He's a really, really creepy motherfucker. Every time you hear his theme, you know shit will go down. Post it in chat. I don't even know which YouTube channel it's on anymore. I remember finding Final Fantasy VII, right. Yeah, I never played any of the Final Fantasies either. I had a very sheltered gaming career, I've got to be honest. Anyway, I guess we've done the mission. Leave combat. Romeo engaged and destroyed. Excellent performance in locating and eliminating the enemy submarines transporting Chinese commandos. Have I ever seen Amnesia? I've played a little bit of Amnesia, but was too big wuss to finish. I'd like to think that my horror game days are over. I used to do a lot of Monstrum and a little bit of Amnesia and stuff like that. It's on Joe the Web Rambo. Beautiful. I'll have to go and have a look for that in a minute. I might post... I think it's somewhere on Discord. God. Yeah, oh, God. It's just the worst. Finished my 4th playthrough of the remake a few days ago. Now I have 200 hours in the game. Blimey. So it's definitely worth a play then. You want horror games for Halloween? Yes, you'll get your Halloween. Yeah, so Halloween is really the only day that I actually play horror games. Providing I'm obviously not working or anything like that. People say you have a voice for radio, but... would you say you have a face for radio? Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, fucking hell. Like I say, I've got the face like a face like the worn end of an anvil. You know what I mean? Like they're the hammerer's end. Like literally. Yeah, the boog of the ship. You got it. It's fucking yeah. It's just awful. Baby face Joe. Apparently, I've got a baby face. I thought Halloween was a month. What? big sad. No. Big no. Yeah, so we sometimes to make a throwback and play some horror games in and around Halloween time, which is much to my despair. Anyway, this is basically... I should just probably change this to just chatting, shouldn't I? Nonsense, you are a handsome young man. Well, thank you very much. Ash's spirit animal is a grandma. Oh, you're such a beautiful young man. Oh, he's gorgeous, the dimples. Oh... No, it's alright. I appreciate the kind words. Someone's got to love me, other than Jane, right? I take that back. That's it. You should read audiobooks. Can't read, whimsical. I'm useless. I'm fucking cube read. I get my words muddled up something awful. Jaina loves to tolerate Q. I think that's probably fair. Speaking of the lovely other half, here she is. Howdly doodly, neighborino.
Change over to Euro Truck and we'll just do
co-op stream. Co-op stream, yeah. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? We might do a co-op stream right this second. We can't do like a co-op stream now. Can we do a co-op stream now?
I'm pulling up a chair. You're
pulling up a chair. This has become a 2-player game. We can't do Euro Truck now.
Why not?
Because I've got to set up my racing wheel and everything.
I'm sure chat wouldn't mind.
2-person podcast? Okay, Flanders. Yeah. That's the new OK Boomer, isn't it? OK Flanders. Neighborino. Forest. Don't know.
Not more.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
traumatized by the forest.
I'm not sure how we're going to be able to get the audio quite right for this. So if I try and stand that up there,
If I just move a bit closer, how's that?
I think that's you're within kissing distance now. Kithing. Kith. I think that's probably better. Can you hear Jane all right there, chat?
Hello.
I think I've kind of sort of stood the microphone upright. I'm not talking directly into it. It's kind of halfway between us, but hopefully that'll be acceptable. I apologise. We use the same microphone, so the burping should be no less or no more high definition than they usually are. Big burps. That's it.
Beautiful as always.
Ash on as ever on point with the Mr. Burp.
Always.
Always lovely stuff. I mean, I don't know what to do. I think the kind of the focus and attention of Cold Waters has kind of broken down a little bit into this AMA, Q&A, belching,
burping session.
sickly, rancid, hair turning white, odor stream.
It just requires you to fart a few times, and we'll be golden.
I consider you very much in my debt then, but I'll save them for later. Lovely. Q&J. There you go. Jimmy Ray in there. Fucking quickly get that down the patents office before he does. Big yikes. MS Paint podcast thing. Oh god.
Where you just do some MS Paint doodles while
I
while we
can't
just
MS
chat.
Paint. It takes skill to draw badly.
And you have plenty of skill.
A big sad. What do you mean my finger paintings weren't good?
I do have to admit, your drawing of the visible ink logo background
I
thing,
literally just traced it. It's fine.
it was beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciated the talent.
I'm glad. I'm glad you
The
appreciated that. I don't know what to do now.
Just fucking turn it to just chatting. We'll just sit here, chat.
Is that right? Should we
Yeah.
just do a just chatting stream? Oh god,
I heard you were talking about the football stream.
Oh god, yeah. I finally gotten that weight off my chest.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they were asking me about it, so I was like,
Yeah.
regaling them with the heart-stopping spamming that I had to do to get your attention, and you're just like, "Hey, what's up?"
Whoops.
And I'm just
Whoops.
like, "Do you know you're streaming?"
Whoops. Big whoops.
As Joe turns the palest he has ever been in his life.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something. It's not a situation. It's a situation that you can uniquely only be in as a live streamer.
Yep.
No
But
one ever did
hilarious
that on
nonetheless.
YouTube.
No.
But sleep
Accidentally-
beckons, so I shall have to catch the VOD for this. No worries, Ash. It is, to be fair, getting quite late. But I don't know whether it's worth just nipping it in the butt for the evening. I don't know.
I don't mind.
I don't know. Maybe we could do like a Q&A just chatting stream thing tomorrow.
You always say it's just tomorrow. Then tomorrow never comes.
A
So
good
that-
song, that.
Okay, I'll take your word.
The football stream could have been a whole lot worse. It could have, couldn't it? Remember, it could have been a
Yes.
hell of a lot worse.
Oh yes. Which is why I was like,
Which is why I'm still here today. In fact, otherwise I'd be a short-lived Yankee. I don't.
wow.
I don't know. So I'd be yeah, that's the one. I'd be streaming on Mixer otherwise. That's it. Tomorrow might be butter. It might be butter. Flora or utterly. As if those are the only two types of butter that I know.
Country life.
Country life's nice, but I've gone off it a little bit.
It's
I've become
unless you have it in the door of the fridge, it's just brick. No matter what you do, it's not spreadable. No matter what they say on the packaging.
Lurpak anchor. That's it. Anyway, I think I will actually call that there for the sake of the VOD people. They're already going to people for their Cold Waters fix are already going to be furious because I've flown off on a tangent for the last hour. So wonderful indeed, Rachel.
What? What?
Batman.
Oh right.
Anyway, right. So yeah, I'm going to bugger off. It's good 2 hours. Yeah, we'll can it there. Big water, big drink. Car is my personal. What am I going? I'm going to die of dehydration if Car ever leaves. I'm just going to be sort of turned into a pharaoh.
Car comes to my stream and tells me to hydrate with channel points.
Nice.
He is my personal hydration.
Well, lovely. Well, thank you. No, it's late. People trying to sleep. There we go. I finally caught your stream. Well, Dryan, it's bad news, my friend. It's wrapping up. I am the unofficial hydration officer. That sounds like somebody in the Navy that gets paid an awful lot of money for a very simple job. I don't know, as if I could. I am here. Yeah, hydrate bot is gone. Anyway, so I am going to bugger off for the evening. Me and Miss Jane are both. We're going to go and just chill out for the evening, I reckon.
Ooh, we have Markiplier to watch.
YouTube, that's the one. We've got a big TV set up at the bottom of the bed, and we like to just watch YouTube and shitty television together.
That's right. We got a YouTube game.
Yes, APL Fisher YouTube game that we got to watch.
Big excite.
So yeah, we're going to go jump off and maybe we'll watch some of it tomorrow. I know Jane's not too keen on it.
No.
Tickle attack. No. Anyway, Marky, I know, right? Anyway, so yes, for the 18th time, goodbye. And yeah, we'll catch you all tomorrow. There is not a morning stream scheduled for tomorrow. There is an evening stream, so we'll be on at 8:30.
It'd be a good time though to do an unofficial
and maybe
AMA.
An unofficial stream. It's something off time. I don't know what time it would be if it happens at all.
Random.
But just a random stream might happen at some point earlier in the day. But yes, the 8:30 stream should be there as normal. Don't know what we're going to play. I only ever figure out about 30 seconds before I hit the button. So yeah, I shall catch you all then. Let's see who else is online. I've got to actually save my game here. Let's just read the final newspaper clipping. 600 feet under. The Pentagon today revealed that several Chinese submarines attempting an incursion near Taipei were either destroyed or driven off by the coordinated efforts of US surface vessels, submarines, and aircraft. Cooperation between US forces and those of allied nations was cited as pivotal to the successful outcome of this operation. The loss of so many vessels will certainly curtail the Chinese ability to project power in the region. Allied military installations continue to remain a high priority throughout the theatre, as the United States' ability to maintain control of these regions is dependent on these bases. Very, very nice. So yes, we click continue. We won't read that one. Oh, an amphibious landing, my least favourite. Continue on course, save, and quit. And then we're good to go. Yes. You can suggest a way. May not be heeded, but I will take the suggestion.
Aw, come on.
I don't know what it is yet. I can't agree. Like, you can't make me say yes before I know.
It's a fellow artist.
Oh, what? I beg your pardon. I thought you were asking whether I was going to play a game. Who are we raiding? Who do raid?
Frozen Does.
Frozen Does. Is it spelled as I imagine it?
Frozen. Does it.
Frozen Does.
Yes.
That one. That one there. Currently doing pixel art.
He is working on his game.
Oh, he's doing some games development.
That is his game.
Lovely.
He's working on.
Okay. Well, there we go. Connection in the industry then. Digby is on. Big raid? Yeah, I know Digby's on. And I imagine some of you are probably going to filter on off here. But yes, we're going to raid this person at Jaina's behest. Go and say hi. Be polite, chat. We must be polite.
Be nice.
He's a delicate art folk man.
Lovely German.
He's not ready for you, strange people.
He's a lovely German.
Yeah.
He does beautiful arts.
So yeah, I'm going to pass you on to him. So have a lovely evening, folks. Do send in my best, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for some time. And yeah, we'll do some shenanigans and stuff. So yes, thank you again. Big thank you to all the subs and all the bits there, especially Mr. Nashi. And I'll catch thee all on the flip side. So take care, folks, and have a lovely evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.